All right, what's up, jerks? This is Angry Larry with Buzz Thunder. How you doing, Buzz?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Larry. Pleasure to be here with you this evening for some Zelda 2 Randomizer.
Yeah, we got a good match between 2, 3, and 0 people who are both moving on, no matter what the outcome is here.
Yes, they are guaranteed to make it into the official tournament bracket. I don't know if it's official or not, but the tournament single elimination bracket, the true bracket. Um, what's at stake is the seeding, however.
Yes, the seeding
So
is important. Everybody who's grouped in the same record will be, I believe, randomly seeded within its own record. So 4 and 0 will be like the top seeds, then obviously 3 and 1 and whatever.
yeah, I mean it's like you always want to get that draw. You want to have that little bit of a leg up going into the tournament. You want to you just want to be able to face the Joshy D's of the tournament. You know what I mean?
I understand exactly what you mean, and I had a situation where I could have played both Joshi D and BGT if things fell in my direction. They did not, but
Yeah, I mean the draw was pretty big.
oh, it
All right,
absolutely
Larry.
was. And there they go. I'm going to fix the cropping in a little bit. I'm going to let things settle down here as we watch Max jump into the first cave there. Digshake started a little bit late. First cave's Death Mountain. Why don't you go ahead and call some things here while I fix cropping?
Sure. Right away, I see Digshake finding the wrong side of Saria. Also, Scorpion Max doing the same thing, and nice desert encounter right there with just a single Dyra. So just some early exploration of the overworld here. Yeah, Larry, once you're ready, let me know what your timers are at so I can get these all synced up exact, so that I'm not stepping on toes, if you know what I mean. On both of them. All right. Tell me when you're at 1 minute. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna have to start over. I screwed that up. All right, go ahead, count for me one more time. Yes. Sorry. Okay, that should be good.
All right, we had a pee bag cave, and unfortunately, I was cropping things. I missed what was in there, so if somebody can please fill me in, I'd appreciate it. We also have a heart container cave here.
Yeah, I believe that was a Scorpion Max in both of them. I didn't see Digshake in the cave, and well, there you go. In heart container cave, we do have a heart container, and that's both players grabbing that right away.
Yeah, Choke would lose his crap if it wasn't a heart container and heart container cave. Medicine was in pee bag cave. Thank you. And was that the only was Scorpion Max the only one to get it?
Yeah, so that's all I saw. Wow, and looks like we have simultaneous medicine cave right here.
Thank you.
Synced up about as close as you can be.
Yeah, both players picking up the heart, both players picking up the medicine, both players picking up what's in here, most likely. Got a nice large enemy there, the Geldarm. Is that 2 Geldarms and a blue Gorilla just to get across?
Yeah, it's good. Not a bad find. I mean, cross is okay. It's always good for survivability. I don't really. I mean, sometimes you hate it, but it's okay. Whatever your priorities are, really. So okay.
No.
Chad is saying they got both everything. So
Okay.
Digshake got that as well.
Well, they're both just a spell shield, a shield spell, and 3 heart containers away from being full Joshi D. We got the the business side of Saria here.
So yeah, I mean, this is normally you have players kind of split off a little bit. I mean, they'll be doing the same things or checking, similar locations, but this has been identical, virtually identical since the very start. So kind of interesting here.
Yeah, Max is in the lead right now. He's going to be hard pressed to give this one up.
Yeah, he's got that about 2 or 3 second lead. That's what I'm looking at. So our first spell is the spell.
The what? I didn't hear you.
It's the spell.
Yeah, I understand. Which one?
The spell.
That's a lot funnier in October.
Yeah, it was. It certainly was. We'll work on the delivery.
Got a little bit of separation here of players. Digshake's going up in this one solitary cave to find magic container cave. Nice. Is that a B line or a V line? V line, right? Right towards it?
Yeah, I'd call it a V line.
Yeah.
No, it's actually a B line.
Well, either way, I heard it both ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm from the Midwest, so everything I say is correct, I think.
And we got trophy for Digshake while Max here is going to cash in the medicine. See what spell he gets.
Yeah, nice to get those cash-ins. Probably hoping for, everybody hopes for Fairy early, but Fairy or Jump just because you're in Mido. And you can get down stab right away too. So, and it is Fairy, so that will happen. And Digshake's about to do the exact same thing. So
is it castable because he's going left?
Oh yeah, I guess not. I would say it's not castable at Magic 1, so neither of them are going to be able to cast it. So Digshake's a trophy ahead, and Scorpion Max was about to go up in that direction, but looks like he changed direction. So we're going to have a little bit of a deviation here. I was going to say that kind of overworld exploration, the deviation might be determined by the way the overworld is set up. But, sometimes it's wide open and you just pick a direction and go. But yeah, I'd say they're evenly tied here as Scorpion Max is about to pick up the trophy.
Scorpion Max finds Palace 2 and opts not to go check the Nurm drippers. Let's see what Digshake does. Nope, he does not either.
Now those drippers never pay off, as far as I know. I've never found one that's useful. And that was Palace 1 right next to it.
I did not notice that if it was.
Looks like Palace 1 and 2 are right next to each other. Pretty nice early on, especially once you get that Fairy castable, you can clear both of those out no problem.
So Digshake is doing something I don't see a lot of runners doing necessarily in this tournament. He's checking things. He's checking graveyard tiles to see. He just found the front entrance of Fairy Cave. He wants to know where his options lie. Right now they lie pretty much in Fairy Cave with Fairy, or Saria. Ferrying through Saria, both would require him getting his magic levels up higher to do either one if he has to go to a second part of this continent.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good thing to check, just because I will always check grave tiles. It doesn't take you any extra time. Also, you have a high chance of getting a P bag checking those. And then you can kind of know which cave you jump out on. It's a lot easier for me to track that in the West, just because you only have the 3.
Max just just found Hammer Cave. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. He was walking around in there for a little bit, but looks like it's in that immediate opening, because I don't think he actually went through any pass-through caves. He was just, doing the pop in, take a look, and keep walking around, and he gets lucky.
And for the second time today, Palace 1 is key blocked, so Digshake has to leave there since he can't cast Fairy, and we've seen both ends of Saria, so that narrows it down a little bit here as what we can take through to another side of this continent to find the other towns. Raru is still there in the third palace, but also Death Mountain is still a minor possibility they have to pass through that to get to the other side.
Yeah, that's another rare one that I've only seen like once or twice, where you have to go into Death Mountain to get to the other side, early on at least. But it can happen, and we do know that they don't have to reset and start over. The seed is not broken. You can find Hammer Cave. It's not blocked by a boulder.
Wow. Interesting. Digshake is trying to avoid encounters by doing this pause, delay, stepping thing, and takes an encounter anyway. I don't know if he necessarily knows what he wants to do right now.
I think he almost might have wanted to take that encounter just because that's an easy 150 right there
And for the
in this desert.
For the third time today, I've seen Hammer and Hammer Cave.
Wow. Yeah, Max doesn't want to look around for the boulder in Death Mountain because I believe, I don't know if I saw it out of the corner of my eye or not. I thought there was a boulder blocked cave somewhere, but again, it's hard to get a grasp of the overworld watching two streams at the same time.
Actually, that might have been the fourth time today I've seen Hammer and Hammer Cave.
4 times?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that happened in the seed I just played.
Yeah, it happened in the
Actually.
race before, and it might have happened in the
Yeah.
race between Zarnax and Ryan 7 early on. Digshake finds the glove block room in 2.
Pretty nice. If you do find it early, you want to find it going left, just because that gives you a higher chance that you can get through and get Helmet Head without having to deal with that other stuff. But he does want the item right now, so I guess I'd take that back. That's not what he wanted to see.
Chat demands to know what the drippers are, so if anybody's playing this race in a tournament, please do your due diligence.
And that was a magic container for Scorpion Max in Trophy Cave. That's the hammer blocked Trophy Cave.
We have not seen the grass tile. We have not seen Rudo, I believe. We have not seen Raru, and we've not seen the third town.
Yep, that's correct.
I mean, I do not believe we've seen Parappa, Short Cave, either side of Jump Cave, too, or the back end of Death Mountain or Fairy Cave. But it might have been a chance that they saw those caves really quick early on when I was fixing the stream.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a handful of them, so I believe there is options. Also, we know that they have Fairy, and we've seen Digshake drop down the grave pit, so he can probably be spat out on the other side of the western continent there.
And the fact that they found the means to get Fairy opens up the possibility of the raft being in 1 or 2 or the other palace as well, because the game expects you to have Fairy or I'm watching Max. He jumped when he cast Fairy there, so he can't go through the door.
Yeah.
So he's got to reset and try it again. But the game expects you to have Fairy or the magic key before even attempting palaces. And since we have Fairy, that means that the raft could be in one of these early palaces. Actually, it would have to be, right? Well, no, it could be in Spectacle Rock.
Or Grass Tile, right?
Or Grass Tile, yeah. It took me a second there to think, because I was trying to figure out what Max was doing.
Yeah, that was kind of, you don't see that a lot. You're so used to casting it on the ground. I mean, sometimes it'll just slip your mind, because I did that the other day trying to go down the chimney without pressing down casting Fairy. I was like, wait, why can't I go down? Oh yeah, you have to be pressing down when you cast Fairy to go down the chimney. So
is that right? The Dripper was a 500-point enemy? But it doesn't. Digshake has Magic 4, so he's going to go use Fairy to get downstab. Max was able to get downstab with Magic 2 and 1 additional Heart Container. And he's going to hop into 2 now. See what he does with the Dripper. He's just going to walk right by it. Oh, thanks for that. So it's not a 500-point enemy.
yeah, I never really hang out to to stop and see what it is. Oh, there you go.
Nah, it's
Max
just a
just
rope.
did.
Yeah, it's just a 10-point rope.
Not worth your time, but you know, it's good to know too. Sometimes you will be just a little bit short, and if you have a dripper close by after killing that boss, you know, it might be 30 seconds well spent to turn around and kill a few of those guys.
Well, since Digshake did get magic up to fairy up to a cast, his magic up to a castable level for fairy, he's diving back into one and heading towards the item, or the direction of an item. He must have grabbed a key from Palace 2, used it there, forgoes the key there, and up A's. Buzz, would you have gone and gotten that key before you up A'd, so you use one less fairy cast later?
That's hard to say. In Palace 1, there's only 2 key doors, if I'm correct, and yeah, you don't really need to do it in Palace 1.
Well, now you
there
have
are
to.
different places where you do want to, but not here.
Now, if he arrives upon the item room with both those doors being down, he does have to take a death to then cast fairy. I mean, presumably, it's Palace 1, it's Digshake, blah, blah, blah. Does it really matter? But, you know, we're talking about 20 seconds to save one life there. And potentially, you know, having another fairy cast thereafter. For the...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Another thing to take in consideration, because the amount of time that it takes you to kill yourself, you know, if you have to kill yourself twice to get your magic refilled, you know, that might be the same amount of time that it took you to go and grab that key. But again, if it's just Palace 1, yeah, I don't really think you want to grab that.
And Digshake's both losses last tournament had a little bit of a hook to them. One was, of course, we know the Eon drop, not taking it versus taking it, and thus it being named. The other one, it could have mattered. He up A'd in Palace 2, opting not to take a key. And then he couldn't get the item in 4 because he didn't have a key or magic to cast for fairy or another life. And I think it was an important item, if I remember correctly.
I think it was just to get Karok or something like that early on.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I gotta watch that back, because I think that was game 2 against Unos, the final.
But yeah, I've been calling that the Digshake room, the right dead end, low ceiling key room in Palace 2.
And I honestly don't respect the guy enough to name something after him, but he is fighting SJP right here. Okay, your SJP emotes in chat, please.
Oh, do we have those?
I don't know. Middle finger works too, if you guys want to do that. Digshake is 25 XP away and gets 30 because he's Digshake.
Wow. It didn't really matter there. He was going to eat the gem either way.
Well, I don't know about that. He would have probably taken life 3 because he's going to take attack 3 here and life 3 at the gem.
Yeah, I was just saying either way, like that 170 low life level is not really, you know, cash the gem for that fine.
He's going to go
really slow you down or help you that much more.
He's going to go back in and go item hunting.
Does want the item, of course.
Max is going to go get this key, although he is in a different palace, so...
Yeah, different palace, same kind of room,
key.
But he's going to grab it. Ouch. That's a fun situation that he's in right there.
Yeah, it's a nice low overhead ceiling Eiffel Tower situation he's got there, but he managed to struggle through it.
Yeah, surprisingly survived it and got 400 experience for surviving it as well.
Yeah, no pain, no gain. See what Digshake's got here, and we got an item room in 1. So 2's item room must have been in that glove-blocked kind of path.
Yeah.
Actually, everything must have been on the glove-blocked path. Magic container in 1. So now Digshake's going to go back into 2 and try it again. Choose item was a P bag? Okay, thank you. So we still have that grass tile. We still have that third palace to find. There's a free spell still up for grabs. And then the boulder in Death Mountain, which they have means to get to.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that you might want to make that grass tile a priority over. I mean, Digshake isn't really wasting any time just clearing 1 and everything like that. And here looking for the item in 2, but if it is trapped behind that glove, I mean, I didn't see everything that Max did in there, but for him to leave out of there without it,
He got a P bag for the item right there.
Oh.
Digshake's gonna get it, I was told.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And Digshake can't even pick it up.
So Helmet Head is most likely glove blocked.
No, Max is going through Death Mountain here. He's gonna look for the thing. Digshake is
Digshake.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. With that knowledge of the grave tiles, using that fairy spell should spit him out on the other side, and he'll be able to find the grass tile.
Max found the boulder. Max finds the glove.
Oh, that's pretty big right now. I mean, seconds are counting in this one, and he guessed correctly. Oh, and then he got one of the classic Zelda 2 trolls of falling back into that again when it's surrounded by desert. I love that.
That is a fun one. Now here's the thing. Digshake's gonna find the raft, and we've seen this in plenty of races this year. Digshake's gonna find the raft and then just go to the east, go look for the items there, locations there. Max is gonna eventually arrive upon the raft, and he already has the glove. So everything he does is now more beneficial towards the end game, where Digshake is still going to be exploring way too many more places than he needs to.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. If that item, let's see, that's still not 100% that it will be on the grass tile, but if he does, that Death Mountain hammer spot is going to be the last thing on his mind. And that'll slow him down a ton. And Max is approaching the grass tile, so we're going to see if that's the raft. If it is nice, it's right next to the raft spot too. So you can just head on over.
That's Fire in Rudo, and he did cast it. And I'm honestly not sure if it changed his tunic color or not, because it looks like his tunic color is that of a, that would be casting shield already, but Raft was on the grass tile for Max. Max is in a great spot here, Buzz.
Yeah, I would just say awesome luck there. I mean, it was searching, where's it going to be, who knows what they're going to get, and then he has Glove and Raft within like 2 minutes. And 3 desert tiles up here in this corner in the west, and oh look, he's pulling an Angry Larry, collecting P-bags.
Yeah, no one collects P-bags, but I've opened everyone's eyes to it, and he's going to do it.
Yeah, seems like he's in good shape, but still diving into this P-bag cave.
Well, there's still...
You never know. I mean, you need the spells. You always need the spells, so... Sorry, did you say what fire was?
I couldn't really narrow it down. Looks like it can't be life or can't be jump. For really quickly, it looked like it was shield to me, but his random tunic looks as if it was. He did cast shield already, so it probably is not that.
So we still got odds on. We haven't seen any. I mean, the odds are really good that you don't really need any more items from where Max is, because seeing the trophy and the medicine already.
Max bailed out of the Western continent without even looking at the spell item in Raru or turning in the trophy for Rudo. So he's got 2 blind spots when it comes to spell items, where perhaps if Digshake picks up a Thunder or Reflect here, he could gain some time in the knowledge of knowing he may or may not need to look for the kid later, but whatever, it's shield.
And in the desert tile, all three of them there in the corner, one of them does have the boots, so easy exploration for Scorpion Max, finding the boots there.
Digshake's now going to find the grass tile. He's going to be happy he finds the raft, and he's going to sail on over to the east. What was the... Did we find the third palace? Did we identify it? Digshake must have the raft already.
Yeah, the third... Yeah, he got it already and then went back to get the spell. The third palace was over there in that northwestern corner. It's Palace 5.
Okay, thanks.
Max goes through the desert, finds a nasty looking little swamp area over the far right, and another town here, so...
Those were the...
Digshake get a pea bag too. Wow, this trend is really catching on.
Was that the area where the boots were in the desert tile or no?
Yes, it is. He'll find that once he searches the next one.
Oh, it's the next one, okay.
Yeah, because there's 3 of them right there.
Well, he was in 3 of them. I thought he got the pea bag in the first one, second one needed jump, and the third one was a pea bag on the ground. Maybe I'm wrong, though. We have a Max walking by the fountain. He's setting up a trick skip later in the game, guys. Don't worry about that. You walk by the fountain, come back, cash it in, and you get the jump spell. So...
Jump spell. Jump spell always good. Very helpful in Great Palace more than anywhere else. Really, don't, I mean, Palace 6, fine, but if you get decent at those jumps, it's not really needed. Oh, all 4 of them are there. I didn't even see that other one. All 4 grass tiles. I've never seen them that close together before. That's pretty crazy.
There it is. I knew we didn't get him in the other 3. Well, we're being called out for not noticing Thunder's fire, and we're too busy memeing. Sorry, we're not perfect. But, please go ahead and, leave your little comments. That's fine. From 2 people who should know better. Am I correct, Buzz?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay, Maze Island here. Call it nice and professional now. Max is walking down, then up, then left again. He'll go down and left and down and right through Maze Island. He's going to be looking for 2 items here, Buzz. He finds 1 encounter. And here's an item. Let's make sure we get this one right.
Normally the kid is in this cave here, the long walk, but this time it is the magic container because this is a randomizer and items are in different places.
That was a heart container, though. I'll correct you before chat corrects
you. Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Sorry. That was a heart container.
Digshake finds the cave to nowhere here on the eastern continent.
Nice little pass-through cave that spits you out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was always fun, but, at 27 minutes, you can kind of accept them. But when it comes down to, near the end and you don't have everything you want...
Yeah, when you're searching for that last town about an hour in, to find Reflect, and then you get spit out in a 3-tile desert, landlocked nation of Laos.
Laos? I don't even think Laos is landlocked, but we'll go with
it is.
Is it really? My bad.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Don't stop memeing. We're looking at Palace 3 or 6 here.
My knowledge of Laos is based on King of the Hill.
You can go, it's 6. You can go Lesotho or you can go Vatican City if you really wanted to.
Yeah, that's not even really a country, though.
Kind of is. But we have Max going in. See, my problem here with fairies, you can only cast it once. I don't know how many keys he's banked up. Did he see the second item in Maze Island?
I only saw the magic container.
I believe we used the word landlocked wrong. I think we're looking for a country that's surrounded by only one other country. That's not necessarily landlocked.
Oh, really? You were going that far?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because
Oh,
you're
okay.
still in Hyrule, but you're like in a different area of Hyrule. So there's our reflect spell.
So yeah, this is not looking good for Digshake.
Enclave. Oh, nice.
I mean, you know he's going to be digging for the glove in all the obvious locations, but it's going to take him a while before that rock in Death Mountain looks like a good play.
Well, we have 4 and 3. Actually, I'm sorry. 6 is on Maze Island, is it not? Yes.
So the only thing that could help slow Max down here is if he does, keep refusing to find all these spells, which would really help him out.
Loud Goat, we don't speak of that. And we found Valley of Death on Digshake's side there.
Valley of Death with lava encounters on it.
And
Unfortunately, it's always nice when you find one with forest tiles.
there was a one in the race yesterday. It was graveyard tiles. I've never seen it before until I saw it on your stream. And then the exact next race, it happened again, where it was just a strip of graveyard tiles right up it.
Yeah, that was the third. I've seen it twice with forest tiles in my own experience, and then that graveyard tile was the third time I've seen it.
Now, Dig's really hoping the glove's going to be here.
Yeah, he's going to be really hoping the glove's going to be everywhere, but unfortunately, it's going to, like I said, it's going to be a minute or two before he wants to go back into Death Mountain, because everybody hates Death Mountain. It sucks.
And there's a little tutorial for you people who don't think there are any keys in Palace 6, because there aren't any in all keys. The P bags are keys in these flags, so you can go left where Scorpion Max just did. If you somehow fall in that direction, you can pick up a couple keys in Palace 6 if you're thirsty for them.
Yeah, I rarely see people doing that, but if I'm ever key starved, that's a really easy way to grab keys. There's also a couple other locations in there that they'll just be hanging out as well. I mean, same thing in Palace 5 with if you have the glove in Palace 5, and there's all those elevator rooms that go left and right. There's the key over there to the left. Not a lot of people grab those, but if you need them, they're there.
And it should be worth noting that in that Palace set, it's not guaranteed to be a key. It can be the 1-up as well.
Oh, can it in 5?
Well, I forget, there's the magic key is the other item on Death Mountain, on Maze Island. And I'm not sure if Max picked that up or not, but he left one. He didn't like what he saw. He has the glove, and he picked up the key, so I would doubt he has the magic key.
Yeah, he didn't. He only got the heart container there. But yeah, bailed out of 6. So Max will be doing a little bit of backtracking.
I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go, I'm doing that. Yeah, well, there's normally that 1-up in Palace 6 where you have to cross that short, little bridge where you normally drop and get it on the other side.
Yes.
Well, that randomizes within the palaces of that set. So with all the P bags turn into keys, that stays the same, and that can get shuffled with any of the existing key locations. So that's why sometimes you see it on top of the ledge in Palace 3 and stuff like that, I believe. Could be a misquoting, but I have seen the 1-up in random locations.
Okay, so that's only just one of them.
I believe it was only one. Yeah.
Just that one. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I'm always learning about this crazy game that we play.
So Max grabs the magic jar in the old lady's house.
She's like, "Oh, you have that many magic jars? Well, that's enough to get you another magic jar."
Well,
I don't understand the logic, but whatever.
Normally she sends you right away. She sees how many you have and she asks for one more. But this time Max had the required amount, which is the minimum. They can roll anywhere between needing 5 or needing 5 to 7. And he had 5, and 5 was the lucky number for number 6. Our last free spell here is life, so we're looking for the kid. See what Digshake finds in the second pea bag cave he found. Because I think he found the first with the pea bag, and it's just another pea bag.
Wow.
And we have the spell building.
There is the kid
That's
underneath
right. Thunder
the spell.
is fire. My bad. It was the kid?
It was the kid under the spell, yes.
Well, I mean, it is interesting. It is important to note here that Max never went back and found what, never found fire, because he left. He never went into, as far as I know, and I have to see the spell list, he never went into Raru, and he never went into Rudo. As soon as he found the grass tile, he just stepped on the raft spot and left.
Yeah, that is correct. He didn't take the time to go back there. I don't know. Spells are kind of interesting as far as when you want to backtrack and start looking, because just the way this tournament has gone, like the things that we've seen, spell items are very important in a lot of these seeds. So you might as well cash them in when you got them. Make sure you have the spells that you need to complete, and then move on. I say finding towns might be a higher priority than item caves in a lot of respects.
Was that a heart container on the water tile?
I missed it, but it looks like it was.
Okay.
Well, those chat people are usually paying attention.
So Digshake's in 4. He has the means to complete it. So he's going to do so. He's going to get a gem in his favor and happen upon the item room, and maybe it's the glove, and we'll find out in a couple seconds. Well, we know it's not the glove, but he'll find out in a couple seconds.
Yep, that's that other extra time waste, because Digshake's going to want to be clearing palaces and looking for items at the same time, and the chance of finding that glove. And we know that Max, when he goes into palaces, is not going to be looking for that item room, so it'll save him a little bit of time on top of that. And Max had his feet on the ground and was ducking that time to get the fairy spell correct, to get upstab.
So we know, I don't know why I marked that. There we go.
Yeah, Flute and Palace 4, don't want to see that. Doesn't really help you. I don't even think we've seen the River Devil. And he usually isn't much of a nuisance anyways. Or she.
Where was 4? Was 4 on the Eastern Continent, or was it in the one in Valley of Death?
I don't know if it's Valley of Death or not.
Because if it's on the mainland, we've already seen Valley of Death, and we've seen everything. There's nothing possibly, even if it is blocking something, it's blocking nothing.
Right.
The River Devil. But if it's not, if it's still, Palace 3 is still out there somewhere, it could be possible that neither the boots or a cave goes there, and Digshake, that horn in 4 is necessary. But we'll have to see, because I didn't see him enter 4.
Max just entered 4. That is in the southwest portion of the continent, so it's not Death Valley.
Okay, so we know that horn's absolutely useless.
As usual.
All right, Digshake's gonna drop here. He's queuing up Fairy. I'm not entirely sure for what reason.
Yeah, he didn't have enough to cast it. I think he was just kind of, trying to do it just to try.
Because he does, and maybe he's just trying to queue it up, and he just doesn't, hasn't registered he's got the magic key.
I mean, that's just a reflex. Like, oh, I'm falling. I want to make this jump. Let's queue it up and cast it. But, oh, I don't have the magic to do it. So, but normally, Karok is, oh, wow. I didn't even realize that was the entrance. So you can just try again. Well, that's pretty easy loop there.
Yeah, he
just come back.
Probably realized he missed the jump when he jumped, and that's why he was queuing up Fairy. So it's hard to tell sometimes when you're not the one pausing for a specific reason exactly what the intent was. But Max is in Kasuto now. He grabs Reflect.
Yeah, he'll be able. Looks like he's going right back into 4. Let's see. Looks like he's on his way there. No, I was mistaken. He's in a different part of the continent.
Well, Dig finishes 4. And if I have this right, yeah, that's his second gem. Max still has not placed a gem yet, so it goes back to one of these questions I like to ask. Max found a required item way earlier than Digshake, but what is he doing with his time between the time he got it and the time Digshake got it? Well, Digshake's placed 2 gems already. Max has basically just gotten the spells Digshake has gotten.
Yeah, he got all the other spells though. Like he got Reflect, but yeah, he still doesn't. Oh no, he got Thunder too. So yeah, he got them all, but he wasted a little bit of time in 6 and explored a bit. So it's still really hard to say. I mean, you can't say that Max isn't in the lead right now just because he has all the things and can do everything. We know that Digshake's going to spend a little bit of time looking for other items, but... The
problem here is...
we'll see how long.
Except to go back and do 2. And 5. He's got to go back and do 2 and 5. So, I mean, he's got 2 continents over there he needs to go back to. What's really going to stop him from just running through 3 and running through... Well, the glove would stop him from running through 3. And I guess the glove is the roadblock that's going to need to happen for him to turn around and go back, because he's going to pick up the magic jar and the kid here in New Kasuto. And then he'll have no more options on the Eastern Continent unless he wants to jump into 3 looking for an item.
Yeah, that's true. The way that it is set up might force him back in that direction.
And you can see Max not having this key that he was close by is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, because he's trying to take a death here to cast Fairy to go through a door. But all he's getting is a very slow death and time to drink his beer.
I mean, saying, don't those guys just like kill you automatically anyways? Like, you don't have to give them any help, right?
I hate them. I hate you too, by the way. But
those guys are painful. They're always worth 20, though. That used to be a thing.
I saw they were 20 on your stream recently, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I don't even look at what they drop anymore, honestly. But here we go. Digshake in the right place. So now I'm gonna tip the scale in Digshake's favor once he grabs a glove here.
Well, he's got to get there, and I know Max got there semi-easily, but I don't know if he took just the right cave to get there, or if it really was in, like, the first cave this guy had to go through. I think Digshake, I don't know what Digshake's not looking for a hammer cave. He might be looking for a cave with an elevator in it, so he has multiple options, but maybe it's best just to jump through the first cave you see at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for both, you still want to check every single one and then just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, which one has which one has an elevator so that you have the extra exits to go through.
And meanwhile, Digshake found Hammer Cave, but he's going to go through Hammer Cave, not knowing that he's already gotten Hammer from Hammer Cave. Did he? He did not. I'm sorry, he did not. All right. So
no, he didn't.
So there's a big... I just seen so many people get Hammer from Hammer Cave today. I lost track. But that's a...
That was
that
was last tournament where he went back into Death Mountain like 5 different times in one seed.
So there's another big reason, knowing there's an item out there in Trophy Cave that's blocked by a boulder, and knowing that there's Death Mountain as well, and knowing he doesn't have the glove, and Hammer Cave is still there, that potentially he's going to go into Hammer Cave, hoping it's either the hammer or the glove, and go elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he finds the hammer, is going to up A into Trophy Cave,
Yeah.
find the magic container, and then hopefully, for his sake, he'll go right back into Death Mountain. But you know that you don't want to dig around for that spectacle rock, especially when you find it in Hammer Cave, because that takes... I timed it the other day. It takes about a full minute from start to finish to get through that, so a little bit of time.
Oh,
So up A, grab this item that he knows is over here.
Max makes the jump, and he arrives at Karok. And he doesn't have the magic. So now he's got to find the way to take a death here and arrive back at Karok without needing to use Fairy.
I want to say the way that this loops, I figure you would just use that the lava.
No, he's going to go for a key.
Interesting.
Digshake grabs the magic container.
And now he's thinking about it. Back into Death Mountain?
It is probably the best point I heard. Why not just die at Karok? Can he be on his last life? Is that a possibility? Where he's looking for a jar or magic or something?
I'm saying that might be it. Oh no, maybe he wants to get over this experience threshold. But no, that doesn't make sense either.
Oh, well, these guys will painfully drop 1 blue jar every whatever required kills randomizes as. That's 2. He already got 1 blue jar. This is going to be 3 in a row. I think it randomizes between 4 and 8. The number of kills you need for the potential for the bag or the thing.
That sounds right. Yeah, this is a big time sink. He's farming here.
6 count is randomized. It looks like it's 5. And it's consistent through the seed. So just got nothing else better to do, so this will be kill number 3. Oh, he's just going to take the attack level, so the magic level, so perhaps that was the plan all along, and it just so happened that it also fit that he could have gotten magic from the blue jars. But now he's going to be on his way. There's 0 lives confirmed right there.
Okay, makes much more sense now.
See, he skipped the magic level up, so he had to get to the next thing and take magic. It was pretty cool. Not cool, but it was pretty interesting. And he's going to get it anyway.
It's a good way to do it because most likely Karok's experience is going to throw you over the threshold, so he was able just to farm for that magic level, get the refill, and then this will bring him up to attack 5 with the gem. He's thinking about it.
He's considering. He's doing some math.
Okay. He changed his leveling strategy there.
Well, I mean, I don't honestly blame him, because how many times is he going to need to rely on Fairy for the rest of the seed with 5 more palaces left?
Yeah, that might be a side effect of going into Palace 4 early, because there are a lot of key doors in Palace 4. I may have learned that the other night. It's rough if you don't have an easily castable Fairy.
And look at all the things he had to do in Palace 4 to manipulate it so he can beat Palace 4, and look what happened to Digshake in the process. He's found the glove.
Yeah, and that was only Scorpion Max's first gem, so it looked like he had a stranglehold on this match when I saw him finding all the things, and I was like, man, it's gonna be a long time before Digshake goes back and gets that glove. But Digshake has a gem lead and is better off than Max right now. Better off in levels, better off in gems, and he has more spells too. He has a more affordable version of Thunder also.
And more importantly, he has no reason to get any item because he's got the fire that's also thunder. He's got reflect, and of course he's got every single item so far. But he's gonna. Okay, sorry, I got confused there for a second. Too much of a Palace 4, and I thought he was going for a key in that room for some reason. But he's already been through that room, already got the key. I think he already got the key in that room. I think it's the first left, right? That gets you to the glove block?
Yeah, this... Well, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it definitely seemed like you needed to go through that glove block to get to Helmet Head.
Yeah. And that was that's the point I was leading up to, is Max doesn't really have a need to go get items either, but his experience in 4 may lead him to go, well, I'm here. Let me just go see what this item is just in case it's the key kind of situation.
It is interesting how that works, because if you have key troubles early on, I find that later on in the seed, if you see a key, you will go out of your way to go and grab it, just because that's like melded into your head. At least that happens to me.
Well, Max can cast Thunder 2 times. And he's got the glove, so he's going to pick up a couple keys in this room, so that's good. 3 is a nice...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the better rooms to find when you're short on keys, for sure.
Meanwhile, Digshake finds the right turn.
Just like you said, should be ignoring this item, just going for speed, but he's going to go grab it. And he gets P-bagged. Is that a thing? That's not a thing.
No, it's whammy, wamboozled. Not wamboozled, the whammy, or he's just got dig shook, or he's just not happy. How about that?
Yeah, I think he just got P-bagged. I think that's going to catch on.
I thought they were L-bags. I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They are called L-bags.
Wait, we're not allowed to do this. We're not allowed to do this. We're going backtracking here.
He's not the Marv Albert of Zelda 2 Randomizer for nothing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I can't do it.
Keeps it serious. He's from New York, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a New York guy.
See,
so
that's
were all the other guys I named the other day when you were looking for a good analogy, but it's all right.
Yeah, I know you were, but that one made more sense as far as that.
Well,
I always like when you knock off that helmet going the opposite direction, because I've never done that, and I never see it where it like pops up into the air. Because that always happens off screen in attacking Helmet Head. I never jump over him like that.
Max gets the wrong way outside courtyard dead end. He's going to go find this third path to the right here, the one that will ultimately lead him to Reboneck. What's Digshake doing? He's going to take the fairy cave to the other side because he knows it goes there. And he's going to go into Palace 5, I would think. Finish up the western continent.
Yeah, once Digshake has all the things, when he's in when he is full choke me, I like it. Just don't blink, because he's gonna be hosing palaces and just destroying everything.
And we've arrived at Reboneck here. Let's not understate the fact that Max is really good at this game, and he could be on the fast track here to beating the game as well, but if it's any indication from what he did in 4 and him going through and grabbing the item in 3, he may be hesitant to let go of item locations going forward.
It's really hard to quantify looking at this race, just because what Digshake was missing was one big thing, but what happened to Scorpion Max was a lot of little things in between. He had all the right stuff, but there was still little things that just kind of that took away from it, like grabbing the extra items, having to go back for keys, having to kill yourself more to use the fairy spell. But we'll see how much time loss that actually turns into here in the long run. But at a glance, you can't really place a value on what costs more or less time.
And one of the things I think that's going to cost him time here is he's going to try to navigate out of Valley of Death here. And 1, 2, and 5 are on the west. So if you up A quickly here, go to the west, all 3 of the 4 palaces you need to beat are all over there, with the 4th one being on Maze Island. So maybe he thinks he's close enough to Maze Island that it makes sense just to go do it now. But I hate navigating out of Valley of Death.
Yeah, Valley of Death is always a pain. Now, when I look at it from this perspective, it almost seems like it's more of a hassle than it is. Like, especially if you can cast Fairy, you can Fairy feed a couple times. It doesn't really take that long, but in your head, it seems like it takes a long period of time.
See what he does here. He's dipping into Great Palace there. He might have lost where 6 was. He's going to up A now. I think this is the smart move for progression here. Go do 1, go do 2, go do 5, where Digshake is right now. Just knock all 3 of them out.
Yeah, that's one of the major points of Zelda Randomizer is reducing your backtracking. So you know if you're good to go and you don't need anything else, you have 3 palaces that are openly clearable. You don't have to go back to the west. Just get them all done and go over to the east and never look back. It's rare when that happens where early on you can clear that before you even sail, but that's always a great feeling when you can knock them all out and then sail and never look back. Just up A in palaces to refill your lives. You never have to go back to Northern Castle. And here's everybody's favorite room in Palace 5.
Yeah, give me your top 3 least favorite rooms and tell me why this is number 1.
This room doesn't really bother me, honestly. It's not fun, but it's not terrible.
It's horrible.
I don't have trouble pressing down and building a hole for myself. That's generally why people don't like that, is the down stab knocking you through and dropping into the pit.
Oh, the stupid polar bear idiots knocking you into the lava, or just getting caught in between a bunch of jumping bogos, and you can't jump up because they keep knocking you back, and there's no way to get out of that loop of.
It's usually, I was gonna say it's usually that bogo when you enter from the left. That first bogo, if you just need to hesitate for a second, let him jump by you, you can get up there and then usually be okay. But a lot of times you're just flying through and he'll knock you directly into the pit.
Well, Digshake here has found Goomba. He's beeping though. He's hemorrhaging, so he's still gonna go in. Say hello.
Yeah, not even slowing down.
But he's hit Goomba about 5, 6, 7, maybe 9 times now. That health bar has not moved, and that's attack 5.
Yeah, a little bit difficult to quantify the health bar, because once it starts moving, it usually moves pretty consistently. I don't really think it has... I'm sure it does have something to do with how many hits you do beforehand, but...
Looks like 3 hits for every 2... Once it got down to where it was doing things, it looked like 3 hits for every 2 bars. That's
like the health bar is kind of like a progress bar if you're going to download something or if you're updating something on your PC. I don't know. I've thought about this my whole life when I was younger. You watch that and it's like it's stuck at 10% for an hour and then it jumps up to 90. It's basically worthless. I don't even know why they have them. They shouldn't even be there.
It's a Windows 95 moving files kind of percentage happening right there.
Exactly. It still happens to this day, and I just don't know why progress bars are there. Because they don't make sense.
Oh, look at me. I'm from Iowa advocating for Linux.
No, I don't
have
a
cat.
Linux. Nah, well, doesn't everybody?
All right, well, there's a good Goomba fight right there.
Down goes Guma, and there's your 4th gem placed.
I'm just going to alert the chat to the change in day.
Well, I'm from New York, and I changed it the next day before everybody else.
Is that a meme? We can't do that, dude. It's supposed to be.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Let's see if Dig goes into this grass tile for the 5th time.
Scorpion Max going backwards through the Angry Larry room.
There's no such thing.
Oh, I mean, if I say it, it's a thing.
That's right. All right, Digshake is going to be... I don't know... He knows where 6 is, I believe, because he's been on Maze Island. I'm not entirely sure I've seen him in 3, though. But I could be wrong.
I don't remember...
Because that's when I was still
I don't
opening
remember
question
seeing...
where 4 was.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember was 4 was down in the southwestern corner.
Well, going down, speaking of, Scorpion Max, not him, the Helmet Head, was just bested, and he's going to place his 4th gem now.
All right, so pretty close. It's coming down to the length of palaces and knowing where they are and being able to get through them quickly. So is 3 and 6 faster than 5 and 6?
Well, we know 5 wasn't the worst 5 in the world, but it wasn't like a quick go right and find Goomba 5. 6 is still up in the air. Scorpion Max has a little bit of a head start in him dipping in there early. Digshake's going to be here for the first time. I don't know if Digshake knows where 3 is. That's the thing. And what area he needs to get there. I believe it was just north of Valley of Death. Maybe, because that seems like where Max went.
Yeah, I'm thinking Digshake does know where it is, just because I saw him taking caves earlier as far as, needing to explore, kind of exhausting his options, but I'm not entirely sure, so we don't know. Well,
the option of... That's right, he has seen Valley of Death, and Valley of Death is where 3 is. But the option of adding the drama there was there for a couple seconds, and then it got ruined. Yeah, Digshake, Valley of Death was in... 3 was in Valley of Death. Have you ever played this, Buzz? Personal question. And played this game. And that's not the question. So pay attention. And you need one more palace left. And it's the palace on VOD, but for some reason it didn't compute in your head. Like you're just still looking for another palace on land. Have you ever had that happen to you?
No. I write everything down.
It's a sucky feeling, I'll tell you that. When you're like, where the hell is Palace 1? And then you circle the Eastern Continent like 5 times, and then it just dawns on you. It's like, wait a second.
Well, I remember that feeling from probably nobody remembers the race me versus Digshake in the last tournament, but I could not find Palace 1, and it was just like directly north of the starting location. That was a fun one.
Yeah, Martin and Vonky still remind me that I can't find Palace 2 because one of the races I did with them during last tournament practicing, I never saw it. Like 2.5 hours in, I just never saw it. But these runners have found palaces, and we're going to find out how quick 5 is for Max.
Yeah, it's like you said with Digshake, it's easy to say, oh yeah, 5 didn't seem that bad, he went that way or whatever, but it's easy to say one runner does it this way, the other one will take a different turn, and then not everybody clears palaces the same way is what I'm trying to say, so it's hard to say whether it's definitively short or not, unless if we're right and Gooma's right there, but sometimes you'll be going different directions.
Well, absolutely, and here's Barba, so this Dig make short work of this 6. It's one of the things, like in 4, you go down one elevator, there's a right, you start checking. But if you went down 2 floors and went right, Carrick's right there. So...
that that just happened to me. I wasted a lot of time, and it was the very first entrance. Instead of going right at that first room, if I went down the elevator one more, Karak was there.
So yeah, it's a nice, simple, easy palace, but I guess it all depends on how you tackled it and who's walking away from a right-hand turn in 4 for no reason, just to see if there's another one. Probably no one. Here's gem number 5.
Barba Gem Place, and excuse me, we will see if Digshake knows where Death Valley is. But I mean, he is Digshake.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
It's not really a t-shirt I would wear.
Well, I mean...
Let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
In all the eating of gems that Digshake would do, or anybody who eats gems, really, even if it means like taking Magic 5, Magic 6, or whatever, the time spent between not waiting for your XP to go up and just up-Aing and leaving, or just taking the level anyway, how much time are you really saving? Total.
That's one thing that I always have kind of... yeah, that's something I don't understand. What just comes to mind is Error did that a couple times in his races, where it was a low level, but it was just like, you know, getting that and leveling up probably about 3 seconds, but instead he just wants to up-A. You know, so I think it's worth 3 seconds for that extra level.
It all depends on how many times you're doing it. If you're doing it 2 times in one game, I don't think you're saving 45 seconds. If you do all 6 gems, you know, then it would probably save a considerable sum of time.
Yeah, definitely. But when are you ever eating that many gems? I mean, it's 2 at the most for me. You know, 3 if you have to. But I don't like eating gems.
Max decides to cast Jump in this room. I don't blame him. It's one of the options. We have synchronized red. Sorry.
You know, definitely not a huge time save for what you're saying with that, you know, waiting for it to count up to 700.
I'm just like cost analysis. It's like if you're saving 4 seconds at a gem, but it's going to give you Magic 7, which may give you like an additional cast of Shield in Great Palace. Like just
that'll
be arguing.
That'll save your that'll let you die even if it makes you die one less time in a room in a palace. Most likely that will trump the time saved from up-Aing.
Digshake's going to find the courtyard. He must have found the item room and just left already, because this is the same path that Max took. He went item room, courtyard, and then went the right direction for Rebanek. Meanwhile, Max is still walking around 5 here.
I'd say when you were asking me about least favorite rooms, that might be one of my least favorite rooms is that breakaway block room in 5. When you think you're finally getting somewhere. Going around a big loop, up an elevator, left, right, and then you run into that. And make it even worse, sometimes you need that key and you go over to the end and you realize there's no key there.
Well, Digshake has arrived. So we have to say, or at least I have to say it here. Digshake doesn't have upstab, Max does. There you go.
Okay. That is the thing. It's always fun when you find that one room and you have to go back to Denver and get freaking upstab. Nice quick rebo for Digshake, just bounce on his head, and Max takes out Guma. And Digshake is, yeah, I don't know. We don't have a saying for that. For GP bound.
He's on the off ramp to victory.
Yeah.
Or on the on ramp
like
to
that.
victory? No, off. I guess whatever.
Say maybe on ramp because you're heading to Great Palace.
Well, I'm arriving at the airport, but I'm departing to where I need to go. So, which one do I go to? Oh, you never seen Big? Forget it. You never. I asked you to do one thing in my life: watch Big Trouble, and you never did
Oh.
it. Great Palace. Here we go.
Yeah.
I know you like Great Palace, so why don't you walk us through this?
Great Palace has a lot of rooms. It has 4 drops, 4 ones you want to enter into. You want to go right, because that's how you find Thunderbird, and that's how you find Dark Link. So not much to it. Basically, all you need to know about Great Palace is cast Shield in every single room.
Digshake is too good to use his magic, but he'll use some in this room.
And there is a very early T-Bird. T-Bird in the 3rd room of the palace, which usually means you're in for a bit of a hunt for Dark Link.
I don't know why it's annoying me that he's not casting Reflect right now and Shield. Or did he cast one before he cast Thunder?
He probably did, because fire probably doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. I'm watching Max go back into Maze Island here to take out 6.
And down goes T-Bird, and now the entire palace opens up in front of us. But up until right now, it is linear, even though we've only seen 4 rooms.
I do like that one insulted. His left blinker, he's left his blinker of success on. I like that one. I'm gonna go into a one-piece chicken room here. Remember, Max has been in 6 before. I don't know at what point he decided to get out of there. Maybe it was when he passed this area. Go into the Dark Magician room. Very linear so far, Buzz.
Yeah, as linear as can be.
And to take out Temptation later on, we're just going to get 2 of the drop rooms out of the way where no questions asked. We're taking them. Does leave up an... Oh, well, here we go. Here's one option. Left or
Very
right?
rare to see your first option that far in. Normally it's the 2nd room. And another.
Max takes out the sub-boss refight Rebo. Oh, boy. Perfect Digshake Great Palace right there.
Yeah, no wasted time whatsoever.
Just hold right. If you can't go right, you go up or down and go right, and there you go. And at that time, Max arrived in the item room and obeyed.
Dark Link is down, and that is a win for Digshake. A perfect 4-0 in the preliminary round of this tournament. But what did you expect?
No, but I totally disagree because, we used to hate the guy, but I kind of like, hey, Digshake, what's going on?
What's up, Larry?
All right, talk.
Well, I want to know if I got the glove first or not. That's what I want to know.
No, you got the glove like 40 minutes after.
That's kind of what I thought, and that really scared the crap out of me. So,
Well, start there. What was your decision to go back to the west?
I mean, I got to the point where the only options I had were 3, 6, 5, and Death Mountain. And of those options, I thought Death Mountain sounded the best. So, yeah, I mean, I was doing really good. I was actually feeling really good, like clearing a bunch of items. I was like, all right, the glove will be here any minute now. And then it just never showed up until I dived into Death Mountain. So, yeah. I think the real story of this seed is the beginning.
What about the beginning?
Well, you were kind of stuck in that area of the continent. I think the only way to get out was Fairy Cave, and palaces were key blocked, and Fairy was not castable until you got Magic 4. So that was fun.
We did sort of assume that, but I couldn't put it past me missing an early Jump Cave or Parappa Cave. But I did know you kept banging into Fairy Cave there. Saria went nowhere. Fairy Cave went through. I never saw the backside of Death Mountain, but you know me, I'm always looking for that scenario.
I found it. It was up north. I guess you could have found a way through Death Mountain that way, I suppose. I think it was up north. I don't know.
But
I didn't even consider going into Death Mountain at that point.
Chat wants to know if you're just trying to justify your farming by not going through Death Mountain.
I kind of knew that was going to be coming up. I did farm a little bit at the beginning of that seed, and no shame, because I wanted Fairy. I wanted it bad.
Yeah, 150 Dairas in those easy. That was a really easy desert encounter. Normally there's 1,000 things on the screen, but that one was just a Daira and a Mew right there, and no problem. Might as well kill that a few times.
Yeah. Man, though, that glove being in Death Mountain, that scared the crap out of me. I was waiting for Max to dot done basically any moment after that.
Yeah, really, Max got it pretty early, and it looked like he was going to just start cruising and going, but he kind of was he didn't go, had the trophy and the medicine, didn't go back and get those required spells. The key was a big thing too. You found the key and he didn't, so that definitely slowed him down a bit as far as palaces and having to kill himself over and over again, and just little things like that kept chipping away at the lead that he seemingly had, and you were just full throttle up to the end.
Yeah, that was kind of fun going through palaces at the end, because I didn't try to kill anything. I was trying to actively avoid killing stuff if I could. I wasn't worried about levels. I was just trying to go, and that doesn't happen very often, I guess. So that was fun. But I was also scared the whole time and just waiting for Max to be done.
Well, you're kind of... I'm sorry. I'll talk in the microphone instead of like in my Mountain Dew Taco Bell mode in the chair. You're a proponent of saying, like, hey, this game does sometimes force you to go do everything, and you just got to do that fast as well. And here you are. You arrived at an hour and 12-minute finish, and you got every single major item in the game. As far as I can tell.
Yeah, I guess I'm missing a magic container, a heart container.
And 3 spells because you didn't need them at the time.
Yeah, I didn't grab those. Right,
but you did, in the search for the glove, which would slow down most people, myself included, I can speak for. You just kept pushing, and yeah, okay, it's easy to blame the game and get mad when you have to do everything, but sometimes you do, and you just got to do it fast because your opponent probably has to do it as well.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that, and that's why I'm still a really big proponent of just grabbing the easiest items that you can first and saving the tough ones for last, and also trying to clear big chunks of the map. Don't leave any stragglers behind. I pretty consciously tried to clear out all of the East continent before going back to the West, because I didn't want to have to worry about that one item that I didn't find nagging on me. But it was a pretty fun seed, actually. It's not often, I guess you weren't forced to do that fairy thing if you could find a path through Death Mountain, but it's not often that you find a fairy block like that in one of these seeds.
I'm not entirely sure that it was, just because I don't remember Max doing the fairy cave. But again,
Really?
it's almost impossible to watch 2 streams at once and catch absolutely everything that happens.
I'll have to watch what he did. I wonder if he found the path through Death Mountain, or maybe I missed a cave. I guess it's possible. Yeah, I don't know.
Max has passed Thunderbird and decided to take a death in Dark Magician Room to, I guess, refill himself. He didn't even try to go through and try to get the jar. He did it right at the beginning.
Oh, he's almost there then. That GP was
Very Digshakeable.
doesn't get much easier than that.
No, and that's the reason why you did have a sub 1 hour and 13-minute time. And we know this because I wrote the book on it. When is Digshake finish equals how bad was Great Palace? You can see that nightly on twitch.tv/AngryLarry. I read passages from it all the time.
Yeah. I'm sure there's definitely a correlation there.
Well, 4-0 Digshake. Congratulations on a perfect round early on. So I wanted to talk about the seeding a little bit, just because I didn't know exactly how it was going to go. As we see
sure.
Max find Darklink here, so he'll be done in just a second. But so how does the seeding work in the? Because I was looking for that information on the Zelda 2 randomizer page, and it didn't seem to be there.
Yeah, so using times or distance between your opponents or anything like that, I feel like it's not a good tiebreaker since it's a randomizer. So it's just going to be relatively random. All of the 4-0s will be grouped together, so there'll be like 3 of them, I think. And so they'll just randomly be assigned seeds 1, 2, and 3, and then all the 3 and 1s will be randomly assigned the next. I don't know how many 3 and 1s there will be, 8 or 10 or whatever it's going to be, and then all of the 2 and 2s that make it in through the play-in race will be randomly assigned the bottom seeds.
Okay, so we're not going to do the bottom seeds, like, whoever finishes first is not, or last is going to be 16.
Oh, you mean from the play-in race? I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's
No, I say no.
I would say no as well. That doesn't
you can
seem
game
like
that.
a fair way to do it. Yeah.
Just keep it all the same,
And
keep it
then
consistent.
and then that's just going to be a true bracket from there on out, kind of like how the NCAA basketball tournament, matches up 8 with 9, 1's at the top against 16, and 2's at the bottom against 15, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, we'll do a bracket reveal after the play-in races finished up.
Can we do it now? I'm not doing anything.
We still need to schedule that play-in race as well. In fact, I should probably put something together so that people can start submitting their availability for that stuff.
Yeah, that one might be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, there's only 4 slots available because Jam won his race against Rez today. So 4 slots up for grabs, and I think there'll be, maybe a dozen people in the race. So
Was he the only one? Wasn't there a 2 and 2 versus a 1 and 3?
There probably was. I don't remember who it is off the top of my head.
I'll go look. You guys talk.
There was a 3-0 versus a 2 and 1. There was a 2 and Joshy D and King Doll. Joshy D was 2 and 1, and King Doll was 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That's what it was. But Joshy D won that one, so King Doll will not be in the play.
Yeah, he booted him out.
Yep, and Joshy D secured his bracket spot too.
Joshy D's in this tournament?
Yeah, I heard you lost $100 on him.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
that was just a joke.
That's unfortunate. I think a lot of people were hoping that was real.
That I was actually bet somebody that. Yeah, I probably would have made that bet though.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, he's 3 and 1 Joshy D.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Max doesn't want to have anything to.
Now.
Max doesn't want to have anything to do with Digshake and his hat. He says he smells and he's not going to be available for commentary. Actually, he's not feeling good, so we hope he feels better. But good game nonetheless. I mean, what can you say about a time of hour and 20 minutes? And unfortunately, it's second place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great time on a seed like that for sure.
So let's name names, Digshake, as I stall for a little bit of time here because there's another race coming up and I got to see if anybody's tried to cover it. Name names.
There's another race tonight?
Yeah, BGT versus Shiner.
Oh, nice.
Who do you want to face in the first round, Digshake, and why is his name Joshy D?
Well,
You
can't.
You can't. But I said, who do you want to?
I mean, I think a Joshy D rematch would be pretty hype. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else would I want to face? I mean, I think me versus Buzz Thunder would be a pretty good match.
Wow.
Right.
So you're saying Buzz Thunder's going to lose against Link and then have to win his way in, so he has a possibility of facing you?
Well, I mean, Link would be a great race as well in the first round. So one of those two guys, I'd be happy to see for sure.
I got to tell you, there's no situation, you versus Link, where I'm ever not rooting from Link now because of that whole Post-it note fiasco.
Yeah. Yep. I believe it. I mean, it almost cost me my job as administrator of the SHI tournament, so I need to be more careful.
Oh, that would just be a hell of a thing. Losing to Link, then getting into the play-in lake and the play-in race, and then getting faced up with Digshake. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were playing Baseball Stars, but
Yeah, there's about 1 million other games that Buzz could beat me at. This is one of the few that I feel like I have an edge.
Well, it was a good race and a really good time, and you guess you definitely proved to everyone out there that you can miss an item, and it's not the end of the world. It's not GG in the the 3rd minute, 10th minute, or whatever it may be. So very well done, Digshake, and congratulations, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for putting on the restream. Can't wait to go back and see how much you made fun of me.
It wasn't really that much.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot, but
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
no.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Buzz, thank you very much for the commentary.
Thanks for having me. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, and yeah, it was fun.
All right, and thanks to everyone else for hanging out. Remember, there is another race coming up here at, is it 1:30 Eastern Time? I gotta check that once again. It is 1:15 Eastern Time, AM. That's in 45 minutes. It is BGT versus Shiner. Stay tuned, probably on this channel, but if anybody else out there wants to restream it, go right ahead. Feel free. It's definitely up there for the taking, but it will be shown one way or another. Just check it out. Go to twitch.tv, type in Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, with some spaces in between, and find out all the people streaming Zelda 2. So, with that said, I will see you guys later. Have a good one.